Progress being made to get more women into British boardrooms. Some extraordinary excuses have come to light as why men refuse to nominate them. Anna Stewart has the list. She joins me now from London. And interesting that this is public at all, but what are we finding out, Anna?
I mean, Maggie, it's really hard not to laugh when you read some of these genuine reasons that male CEOs and chairmen have given for not nominating women to the board. Let me run through some of my favourites. We have, I don't think women fit comfortably into the board environment. Then we have, most women don't want the hassle or pressure of sitting on a board. All the good women have already been snapped up. And perhaps my favourite, we have one woman already on the board, so we're done. It's someone else's turn. Now, the UK government has published these terrible reasons or excuses, you could call them, for not nominating women to the board to shame FTSE 350 companies into doing something, because they did set them a target. 2 years ago, they said by 2020, you need to make sure that a third of all leadership roles in your businesses are held by women. And if you look at this list, frankly, we're quite far away from that.
Yeah, anybody who thinks that there's not institutionalized bias that's going to take a long time to get over only needs to look down that list to see how much work still needs to be done.
Man, those mandatory quotas for certain individuals seem like a good idea for people who don't have opportunities, but women, they have plenty. And on top of that, are they even eligible or skilled enough to be in that position? Most of the time, they're not. But they are given that position because the companies don't want to get any trouble from government or something like that, because they have these stupid forced mandatory quotas to have certain number of individuals in leadership position. Like, if they're not skilled, the company is not going to do well, and they're going to lose a lot of profit or employment because she's going to get people fired who could be skilled, but she might not like them in a personal level or something like that. You know, women do that. If they don't like someone, they will remove them, regardless how much of the contribution they are doing to the company. It's crazy. Let me know what you feel. Let's move on.
You are straight off the stage where you were just talking about Lean In and a new study you've just released indicating that women are actually having less access to mentorship and to their bosses than they were even a year ago. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's really important. So today we just released a Lean In SurveyMonkey study that shows that 60% of male managers in the United States are afraid to do a one-on-one activity with a woman, including having a meeting. I mean, can you believe that? 60%. A senior man is 9 times more likely to hesitate to travel with a woman and 6 times more likely to hesitate to have a dinner with a woman. And the problem with that is women already weren't getting the same mentorship that men were, particularly women of color. And no one's ever gotten a promotion without getting a one-on-one meeting. And so I think men and women need to be able to travel together. They need to be able to go to meetings together, go to meals together. All of that can be done in public spaces, but those one-on-one conversations. And if there's a man out there who doesn't want to have work dinners with a woman, then he shouldn't have work dinners with a man. You know, group lunches for everyone, if that's how they feel.
Did you guys caught that? In the middle of all that, she tried to sneak in a woman of color to try to make her point feel more valuable. Even though we all know why men don't do that because of the Me Too allegations. She's saying all that and then says, if you're not having dinner with a lady, don't have it with a man as well. Well, shut the fuck up. They're trying to say all this shit without realizing why it actually happens. They know the reason, but they will not say it because that puts them in a bad light. And they cannot have that because they cannot accept that accountability that they actually made their situation the way it is. Let me know what you feel about this situation, guys. Let's move on.
So a paper came out recently that looked at the impact of the Me Too movement on academia, and it actually shows that post-Me Too, women's productivity fell largely due to fewer collaborations with male researchers. The paper shows that this drop is most pronounced at universities where the perceived risk of sexual harassment accusations is highest. So the actual findings comparing research before and after the movement are right here, and as you can see, after the Me Too movement, collaborations with male researchers inside the same institution fell to close to 0. The author points out that men feel like if they accidentally say the wrong thing, they could be canceled or fired. She also notes that institutions that have clear policies on sexual harassment help reduce this perceived risk. And this isn't just in academia. The paper also cites a 2018 study which showed that 60% of male managers are uncomfortable participating in common activities with women due to the same concerns. And a curious finding of the study was that men make up for the loss in this collaboration by just collaborating more with other men, whereas women don't make up for it at all. The author concludes her findings by saying that Me Too was important for raising awareness, but it's also increasingly important for institutions to have really clear sexual harassment guidelines.
Hi, my name is Maya Milusheva. I'd like to start with a short introduction about myself. I'm a woman in IT, obviously. I'm a CEO of a quite profitable IT company. I'm a mother as well, so you would say I went through quite a lot in the IT industry. So I have the experience and authority to talk about this topic. Now, what I want to say is that the whole talk about women in IT is usually a bad thing for us. Because basically what it says is, well, it's okay to have lower income, it's okay to do worse than boys in the IT industry because, well, there's a world conspiracy against you, you know, people hate you, that's why. So that's why I'm against the whole talk. Also, I did some recruiting because I have a company. And also I went to a school that had like 8 girls and 100 boys. So, you know, I'm quite used to being around a lot of boys. The whole thing is, girls are usually quite lazy. They're just not that good programmers. Sorry, but that's true, honestly. They just don't want to get their hands dirty to do the job. And when I tried to do some recruiting, I intentionally wanted to recruit women. And at the end, I failed to do so. Do you want to know why? Because most of those girls were usually just cheating, and they were just not good programmers. At the end, I had to recruit boys. And that's why I think the whole talk about let's recruit more women is bad, because at the end, you're recruiting worse programmers. At the end, your company is going to suffer. You're gonna lose some money. I know it's trendy to talk about women in IT, but I think women should just start studying more and getting the job done.
See, they got no words to counter that because it's coming from a woman herself. If it was a man, you know he would be cancelled, his company would be shut down, and all that bullshit. But only a woman can say on such topics, and she's saying facts. Women in IT are not performing at the same level a man does. Or else they keep saying that women are taking less salary than men and all that stuff. If that was true, then companies would just hire women, have to pay less, are skilled enough like men. Then why would a company who looks for profit go and hire a woman? It's a common sense question, but they do not understand that they're not skilled enough. Now, before going further to this video, here are some articles I came across by simple Google search. And these are all showing how women are better or they are more suited to be best employers or whatever. But I'm not going to bore you with all these articles. I'm just going to show you the title and whom are those written by. Like you can see here, why women trust their employers less than men do. Of course, written by women. Why the world needs more women in workspace. Again, written by a woman. These are all the articles written by women. Of course, they're gonna say things that put them over men. Here's another one. Women are less likely than men to be promoted. Here's one of the reasons. Again, written by a woman. You're gonna believe this shit, but they're gonna put this out so much that people will start to think that this is actually happening. That's their strategy, that's their marketing stuff. Just put it out there regardless of anyone reads it or not. Then later on they can just show it like, see, in 5 views, we have all these articles, but nothing has been done. But they did not point out that these are just fake, or at least without any actual data. They're just things that women like to say and do. Why women-led companies are better for employees. Again, written by a woman. Does this make sense? They're going to put this out so much, and this is from 2019. they might have gone all crazy over how women can do work at office, at home, be a mother, raise a child, or whatever. They just want to keep patting themselves on the back, try to show how much better they are than men. When in reality, they don't show the actual data, like are you giving results to the company that you're working for? They will not show that. They will just show how much they are doing work, like in-house, in office, outside taking care of the kids, and blah, blah bullshit that doesn't require in an actual workspace because that needs results. Where are your results? Let's move on.
We have all witnessed the layoffs of thousands of employees over the past couple of years at companies like Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, and Twitter. The consequences of COVID on organizations became evident when they recognized they had hired excessively during the pandemic. You might not be aware of this, but the majority of businesses have stopped recruiting women. It might be surprising to learn that more firms are refusing to hire women to fill their positions, and no corporation will admit this to you. Why? Because women bring a lot of drama to the table and endless cases of ruining employee culture by falsely accusing male colleagues who no longer want to work with women.
See, that's the reason. The false accusations and all that stuff. Why would you want that in your office? Even HRs have said that they keep getting all these false cases, and most of the time of the office work is wasted on this shit than actual work. Why would you hire a woman if it's causing your company profit? They don't do any work, cause all this drama, waste actual time of employees, and affects the actual work done in the company. These are all logical statements. But why would you hire a woman? It's crazy. Let's move on.
Went out of his way to make the workforce within that company 50-50 as much as he could in terms of men and women being represented. So we're talking about engineers, we're talking about tradespeople, we're talking about in workshops, we're talking at the managerial level.
If you hire 50% women engineers and 50% male engineers, then the women engineers are less qualified because the pool of engineers is lower among women. So you can't hire 50% women engineers without producing a decrement in the quality of the engineers, because this selection pool is too small. You can't do that on a large scale. You might be able to do that in one company. Look, you think about it mathematically. If there's 10 times as many male engineers as there are female engineers, and you insist upon hiring 50-50, then obviously the degree to which the female engineers are proficient cannot be the same as the degree to which the male engineers are proficient. It's mathematically impossible.
So you're saying don't even try?
No, I'm saying something much more specific than that.
If I say anything stupid up here, you could just blame my father. He used to beat me. I was a bad kid, it's not his fault. I was very bad. The worst times would be, you know, when the report card would come home. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my mom would be home, so she would see the report card first. And she'd always look at it and be like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed in you. You just wait till your father gets home. Yeah, and then she would put on a mustache.
This is called the rattlesnake. It's a great way to connect with your partner.
That is the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my entire... It's called the rattlesnake, and everybody's doing it, actually. If you look on TikTok. Babe, please,
That was real as fuck!
Yo, my man, my girl doesn't believe that we were together last night. She thinks I was out with another girl.
Oh, no, it was me.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I told
I'm glad you're coming out.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. I'll see you next week.
Bro, the boys got it. That was real as fuck!
Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more such content. And here are some more other options you can select from to watch further. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next one.